Hi guys, this is Devendra and welcome to the second tutorial of SolidWorks. And today we will move further where we have left in our previous lecture. And before going that, I would like to recall what we have done in our previous tutorial. So hope you got to learn about some basics, that what SolidWorks is meant about, what planes actually are, and how to start. So moving further. Okay. So in the last episode tutorial, I told you about how circle can be created. Two types of circle. First one was the normal circle and second one was the perimeter circle. And then I told you about line, construction line, and that center line. And then I also told you about the trim option through which you can delete the entities which you have created. Now today we will move further and try to explore some more features. Okay, so the next one is that corner rectangle. By using corner rectangle you can create a rectangle. For example, here you just need to provide two corners. For example, first one is this and second one is this, and your rectangle is created. The next one is the center rectangle. As from the name it is clear that you have to provide a center and one point, and your rectangle will be created. The next one is 3-point corner rectangle. Here you have to provide first, second and third point. So if you provide 3 points, your rectangle will be created. Further, you have 3-point center rectangle. Here you have to provide first point, second point. Sorry. Here you have to provide first point, second point, and third point, and your rectangle will be created. Here it is treating your first point as a center point. After that, we have a parallelogram. As stated from the name itself, that it will create a parallelogram. Okay. Now we move further. Here we have spline. So basically, what is spline? This is a freehand curve through which you can create some wonderful shapes in SolidWorks, and it is a continuous. So what is the specialty of spline? Here you can see you are making different points, but when you select trim and try to cut a particular point, particular spot, your entire spline goes away. The reason is your spline is a continuous curve. It doesn't have any break. So whenever you try to select it or whenever you try to delete it, it will be deleted or selected as a continuous entity. Now after that, we'll move to semicircle. Here we have center point arcs. Here we have center point arc, where you just need to provide center, starting point, and your circle will be created. Second one is tangent arc. First, let us see 3-point arc. First point, second point, and now you have to create or give a third point. And this is also completed. Now we move to tangent arc. Here we have to give, please select an end point of a sketch segment. Okay, so here first, second, third. So what basically it does, this particular created arc is tangent. As you can see here, the symbol of tangent is coming. So the arc which you have created just now is tangent to the curve which you have selected. So it can be anything. For example, if I draw a line, let me clear the space first. So if I draw a line, you can see that if I select this tool once again, then it will create a curve which is actually tangent to my line. As you can see, this particular space, this particular symbol shows tangency. Now there are some other features, for example the ellipse. So for ellipse, what you need to do is you have to provide a center point. Now your radius in horizontal direction, after that radius in vertical direction, and as you give this, your ellipse will be formed. Moving further, we have partial ellipse. It is same to the arc feature which we have used previously. You have to give a center point. Now radius in x direction, radius in y direction, and that particular spot which you have given, for example the radius in y direction, it will consider it as the starting point of the ellipse arc. Now you can take it to the place where you want. For example, up to here, an ellipse arc will be created. The next one is parabola. Here you have to provide starting point and ending point. Your parabola will be created. And the next one is conic. Starting point, second point, and you can see conic section is created. Now these are certain other features which are not that much used, but once we use it, I will let you know about that. And okay, this is one of the interesting features. For example, if this is my corner rectangle, then here is a term which is known as sketch fillet. So what actually fillet actually does is, it converts your sharp corners into the rounded one, as you can see over here. So as I increase the radius, on the left hand side you have an option to increase your fillet radius, or you can directly manually type and provide it. For example, here I want to make it 3. As you can see, that fillet is provided on the edge which I have selected. And you can also provide multiple fillets at a time. And why fillet is provided? The reason is, you can see that whatsoever object you are having around you, it will not be having any sharp edge, and that is just for in a case to prevent anyone from any kind of injury, because sharp edges leads to fatal injuries sometimes. You might have experienced that in your life. So in order to avoid that, nowadays engineers preferred rounded edges. So this tool is very helpful in that particular sort of situation. Apart from this, we have sketch camphor, and again this is very handy tool. So what it does is, instead of providing a rounded edge, it actually provides camphor at that particular place. So as we provided radius in the fillet, here we have to provide the camphor distance. So as you increase the distance, you can see, for example, this one is already done, that's why it is not showing. You can select this one. This is too much. some kind of relations over here, that's why it is not happening. Let us try once again. This is my rectangle. Use chamfer at this point, and as you can see we have provided 1 as the value for the chamfer, and it is applied over here. So this is a very handy tool, and you will get to know about this later on. Now we will move to convert entities. We will try to learn about this in the section where we are going to create our features. So now we will try to learn about offset. For example, here I have created a rectangle, and I want to create one more rectangle at a specific distance, and which should be just what I can say, not a rectangle. For example, if I have a circle and I want to create one more circle which should be concentric to the previous one and at a specific radius, or you can say at a specific offset to this particular circle, then I can use this offset entities tool. Here you can see it is asking me for the offset distance. So once I provide the offset distance, for example in this case I am providing it to be 1. Here that distance is being taken by the software, and I can reverse the direction of my offset circle which is going to be created. So by clicking the reverse I can change the direction. Similarly you can create offset of a rectangle also. You can create offset of ellipse also. Okay guys, so offset command is done. Now we will move further to next command, which is really very fun and interesting. For example, I want to create I want to create a triangle. So for this, first what I will do, I'll make a center line. Now select line. Okay. So I have created half of the portion of my triangle which I want to make. Now what I can do, I can select the mirror entities. Here in this particular section on your left side where entities to mirror is written, you have to select those entities which you want to mirror. So like in the mirror you see your reflection. So in this case, this particular line, the reference line which we have created, it is going to be act as a mirror, and the entities which we have selected will be reflected in the mirror, or what you can say, the center line which we have created. So if you click on the mirror about and select the reference line that we have created, you will see a reflection of the entities which we have selected is created. Now hit, and you will see your rectangle is created. So by using this command, you can create any kind of symmetric object, or any kind of symmetric object that you want to create. For example, I want to create a rectangle now. So no need to create the entire rectangle. Just create half of the rectangle. Use center line. You make a center line. Without center line, you cannot create a mirror entity. mirror about, select the reference line, and you will see your rectangle is created. Okay guys, this is enough for today. I will meet you in the next tutorial.